Hi. I hope all is well today. Welcome to the Always Red Show, and always remain enlightened and deficient. That's what Always Red stands for. God gave me that name. I prayed about it, and my goal is to help you remain enlightened and defeat deception in every area of your life. So, tonight's topic, right? I'm going to talk about time. And for me, time is a huge deal. I'm a mother, I'm a wife. At the same time, I have a job still while I work towards this goal, which is being full-time speaker, full-time author, doing what I love to do, what I know God put in my heart to do, my destiny, right? So how do I find time to do that? And I remember I would pull my hair out and get so frustrated because the minute I sit down and try to write something, or the minute I try and focus on something to do, somebody knocks on the door, or my youngest daughter comes and asks me, Mommy, can you do this? Or, it's time for lunch. I kid you not, every single time, it never fails. So then I said, okay, this is not working. I have a goal. I need to pursue this goal, right? And I need to focus, and I can't focus with the constant distractions. I got to the point where I wanted to give up and be like, I can't do this. Maybe this is not what God wants for me, because I don't see how I'm going to find time to be able to pursue this passion, this desire that is burning in my heart. And I almost walked away. I almost gave up. And I was tired of hearing people say, oh, you have time, make time. You understand? If you really want to do something, you'll do it. And in my head, I'm like, do you want me to pull the time out of my, you know what? You understand? Because in my mind, with my eyes, the way I looked at my life, I had no time, none whatsoever. So I took it to God, right? And I said, all right, you put this desire in my heart. You're telling me to go and encourage others and inspire others to go after their dreams and help them get past these lies, these limited ideas entrapped in their subconscious. This is a passion and desire that you put in my heart. I've asked you to take it away. You haven't. So I need to pursue this goal, right? You help me create time. I don't know how to do it. So the first thing that I did was I prayed about it. I simply went to God and I said, if you really want me to pursue this mission or this destiny and fill that missing puzzle piece for that person, then I need you to show me, because with my natural eyes, there was no time. I wake up at 6 already and I go to bed at 10. Where on earth do you want me to fit this time in, right? And I prayed about it and I said, I need you to show me how. On top of not just showing me how, removing the guilt, because like I said, I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I got to make sure they eat. I got to make sure that I'm playing with my kids, spending time with them, helping them. I don't want to be so consumed with work and I neglect my kids. That, as a mom, you start to feel guilty, right? So I also asked him to help me do it where I know my kids are okay and I'm not feeling guilty. I'm not feeling away, and I can focus and do my work effortlessly. And guess what? It hit me. It's like a light bulb went on and I saw. So the first thing I did was pray. And when I prayed, God showed me, if you got to sacrifice. At the end of the day, I was hoping that everything would just work itself out. Everything will just like fall on my plate on that silver platter and boom, bang, that instant success, or boom, right away, everything is so easy. But no, right? Don't despise the days of small beginnings. I had to figure this out, because if I didn't go through it, then I wouldn't be able to help you. So when I asked, he showed me, and he showed me you have to sacrifice. And when I say sacrifice, it's not that you're going to be in agony or in pain. You got to sacrifice some things. So once he showed me how, okay, the guilt of not spending time with my kids went away. He was like, okay, you allot a certain amount of time every day for your children. And no, this is the time that I have for my kids. This is the time that I have to play with them, answer questions, whatever it may be. And I allotted a certain amount of time a day for my kids. They know I created a space. I have my office space. Once that door is closed, mommy's in work mode. Don't bother me. I thankfully I have my husband sitting downstairs, and I had to work out a schedule with my husband. Not, oh, when I figure it out. No, I had to tell my husband, okay, his business requires him to work in the daytime, right? And he's making phone calls. So I said, okay, since you have to work in the daytime, I'm going to pick up this night shift because I need to pursue this dream. So I created a work schedule at home while I'm not at work, right? So if I'm not going to my physical work, I now have a schedule. The morning shift, I'll take care of the breakfast. I'll work out. I'll take care of like me stuff, attend to the kids while he's not interrupted and he's focusing. Come 5 o'clock, I go now to work. And I know it sounds like a lot. You're probably thinking it's not fair. The women always have it double hard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is what it is. But let me tell you something. When you're pursuing your dream and you are doing it with passion, you're doing it with love, you don't worry about those type of things. Don't even think about those things. Just run after it. Just keep moving forward. Keep advancing towards your goal. Okay. And little by little, it took a minute to adjust. But little by little, with this schedule, things started to work itself out, and my body got used to, nope, 5 o'clock, I need to be in this room, whether I'm writing. I needed to do something starting at 5 o'clock that was geared towards my goal, geared towards my, I don't want to say future because I believe want now, but geared towards my business, towards Allwayz REDD, right? So I prayed, I asked God, He showed me. I have to sacrifice time. So I used to wake up at 6. So now I started waking up an hour earlier, or I went to bed an hour later. But I gave myself that extra time because my me time and my prayer and my meditation, which, I talk about a lot, that's very important to me. And I'm not sacrificing that. So I had to sacrifice sleep. Another place that He showed me that I had time was how much time was I spending on TV? If you read my book, How I Lied My Way to the Altar, Now I'm Happily Married, when I was so focused and I decided that I do deserve marriage and I'm going to have me, my bad boy Christian, and he does exist, right? I kind of eliminated stuff. And back then I realized, oh my gosh, I was spending, I kid you not, on my days off, I'm a flight attendant, right? On my days off, I would spend minimum 8 to 10 hours watching TV, Law and Order, all day long, just zoned out. And I said, this is bad, right? So I took that opportunity back then to cut out TV. I just did. So if you were to ever come and visit me in my house and spend the night, you'll notice, and I try and teach my children this, I noticed that as soon as I put the TV on in the daytime, in the morning, forget it. We're zoned out. We're all about TV. So another rule that I have in my house is no TV comes before a certain time. I personally do not watch TV till the evening. But I noticed that as I started pursuing this goal more full time, I was watching a little bit more TV at night, staying up later, making me tired to wake up in the morning. So my sacrifice was to eliminate the TV that I was doing. Right now, I'm on work mode. Right now, I'm trying to reach a goal. It's temporary. It's not forever. The goal is you're going to have the assistant that you need. You're going to have someone to give you the extra aid so that you don't have to do everything one day. That is what we're moving forward towards, whatever your goal is. Know and understand that this is temporary. God will send you the help that you need, but you just need to be faithful. So what did I do? I prayed about it. God, show me the time. You know my personality. He showed me how I can make more time. Then I said, okay, take away the guilt because I didn't want to feel guilty. And He showed me to make sure I allotted on a time a day for them. So now that removed the guilt from me not spending time with my kids. That doesn't exist anymore. And when I spend time with them, I'm spending time with them. The third thing that I did was I eliminated TV. I noticed that, okay, I've been going to bed at midnight, 1 o'clock. Let's cut that out. Let's go to bed a little bit earlier now. And that allowed me to wake up earlier so that I can focus. I made a schedule with my husband, right? He works the day shift. I'm going to work the night shift. I'm going to focus on Allwayz REDD in the evening. In the beginning, it was a little sketchy, but now it's working out. And the last thing that I did was, guess what? I wrote it down. You got to have a plan. You know how they say those who fail to plan to fail, right? So I realized that I would spend the first half of my day trying to figure out what I had to get done. every single day. And I'm telling you, time would go towards it. Like I would say, okay, yeah, I got to do this. And then 30 minutes later, what did I have to do again? I don't know if it's the age, being a mom, being a wife. I kept forgetting what it is that I got to do. And I noticed this was going on for a while. This was a pattern. And I was just wasting time. And I didn't know which one was priority, especially when you're new at a business and you're just trying to figure it out. What do you do? Do you do emails first? Do you do videos first? Do you do social media? It's just so much. Whoosh. Do you know, how do you entertain or keep your audience engaged? There's a lot for me. I'm new at this. I'm doing this on my own. I don't have the help. You know, I wasn't given the platter. I wasn't chosen out and then everything was just given to me. My husband and I have been building this on our own together. So we're trying to figure everything out. And I got tired of trying to figure things out. So I started to plan. I would write down in priority which was most important for my day. I would outline my day. And I always say when I do, you know, get your mind right before you say goodnight, when you start to look at your list, put whatever is most important first. And then if you didn't get everything done on your list, it's okay, but at least you got the first few things done or the first thing done, depending on whatever it is. But if you now have a plan, what's going to happen is you're going to start to realize, and you can see, this is why it's important to have a plan. And I was against planners. You can see all the bullshit you did all day long. You can see where you were playing around or doing something where maybe you got sidetracked and spent a little bit too long on social media. You're able to pretty much pin down where your time went. So a planner, I realize, is becoming, it is my best friend now. And I plan. And what I do is I have an iPhone. So I plan on my the notes section. I plan out my day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in priority, and then based on those things, I go towards that to achieve my goals for that day. But no matter what, I have to do something for my goals, something for Allwayz REDD. I don't care what's going on. I have to feel immersed. You want to constantly keep yourself in your business, in whatever it is that you're believing for. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to find a husband, if you're trying to buy a house, do something that will activate those happy senses, that excitement towards whatever goal it is that you're going for. Don't go one day without not doing it, because then that starts to create a pattern. So constantly staying focused. All right. So I gave you a lot of tips. I said it was 3, but it was a little bit more, but it's kind of like 1 and then, an A subtitle. Yeah. All right. So I hope you got that. Don't forget, you're going to pray. Ask God. He knows your personality. He knows who you are. I'm one of those perfectionists. I don't want to neglect my kids. So I said, God, you show me. And I guarantee you, especially if you do it at night before you go to sleep, you ask him to answer you this question. And if he doesn't answer it tomorrow morning, you ask him again the next night. He will answer you. He says knock, and he's going to open the door. Keep seeking. He's going to give you the answer. And he's going to show you how you can incorporate your passion, your dreams, while you have such a busy life. He will show you how to create time. And once he does, guess what? It all falls on you. All depending on the measure of your faith. Now, once he shows it to you, you stay focused. You keep going toward your goal. Don't give up, and know that it is there. No matter, I don't care how long it takes. You stay focused. You will get what you pray for. God says, as long as you include him, whatever it is, you're going to succeed. Remember that. These are like, there's some scriptures that I just really hold on to. That's one of my favorite ones. Whatever it is, you will succeed. And to make sure you're keeping your thoughts aligned with your future, don't get discouraged. It's part of the process. Trust the system. All right. Thank you so much for chiming in. I'm going to see you tomorrow, because I'm doing this pretty much every single night. I don't do Saturday and Sunday. Don't forget to please like, if you liked what I said, share my page. I'm growing, I'm getting bigger, I'm giving it to God. I know I'm already there. And I'm saying these out loud because this is how I want you to start thinking for yourself and towards your future. If you keep looking at things in the future, when does it come here? So no, everything is already happening. It's now. Future thinking, it existed already, right? So like and subscribe, share the video. Don't forget, you can also check out my book if you didn't get a chance to read it yet. But how I lied my way to the altar, and now I'm happily married. if you go to my website, you can actually see the first 2 chapters. I have a challenge, a 7-day challenge on my website, where in the link below, you'll see the link to get to that challenge. It's a 7-day Discover Your Lies challenge. And what it does is it helps you see what kind of mind you're in. And remember, lies stand for limited ideas entrapped in your subconscious. So you'll get 7 videos for 7 days, and you start to see your thought process and the patterns that you're in mentally. And what I help you do is replace the limited ideas entrapped in your subconscious, those lies, right? And replace it with the new lie, a liberating idea that emancipate your spirit, so that now you're free to go and become who you were created to be. All right. And just for clarification, how I lied my way to her and now I'm happily married. Please understand this. Lied, another acronym. I love my acronyms. Stands for liberating ideas that emancipated me from the deceptions that were holding me back. That's what I did. It's not just a love story. It's way more than a love story. It's about a transformation that I do. And I use my love story, my looking for my bad boy Christian, as the parable, as the metaphor to get you to see the whole picture. All right. Again, thank you so much for chiming in. I'll see you tomorrow, right? If there's anything you want me to talk about, please don't hesitate to leave a comment, ask me. You can email me. And my website is www.imagdalena.com. Have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye.